Da 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 da. Holy moly, she's gone up to a D5. Damn, girl. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever applies to you. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Julia. I'm a contemporary singing specialist based in Australia, and today I am finally checking out The Warning. You guys have been asking me to react to these girls, I think since the very start of my channel, so it has been a while now, and I'm finally getting to them. This is their song, Choke.
I won't say goodbye. In the end, it won't matter at all. I'm sure I won't survive the fall.
Oh, that is so cool. I think sometimes people underestimate just how difficult it can be to remain kind of open enough to do that ascending belting line the way that she did. I kind of want to chat on the vocals and perhaps a little bit further on into the song in more detail, but for right now, we have a lot of darkness in her vocal quality, and she's doing some interesting things with constriction that add some grit and some press into the sound without actually locking it up. That's a nice balance she's got going there. I'm really appreciating that. And the build into that chorus, like I was ready. Were you ready? Like let's go. So they have a cool little layer going on in there. I wouldn't say that she's a particularly bright vocal tonality, although she is using twang. And I think it's because she's getting this darkness that's coming into her sound. I wouldn't say that it is like a really, really dark sound, but it is a lot warmer than what you might imagine a super bright, twangy sound to be. She's got that twang on her side, which is going to help a lot with her presence of volume, but that warmth there is helping keep it, I would say, stylistically appropriate, because you can unfortunately swing back the other way and then it doesn't necessarily sound like it fits the music anymore. But no, she's got a great balance going on there. And then this second line that's happening under the main melody, I think it's an octave below. I need to listen to it again. So she's on this da 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 da. Where is it? Da 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 da. And then this lower line. My lungs. Yeah, okay, so she is an octave apart on those lines. I mean, already going down to that. She's below middle C there, which is not astronomically low, but the amount of darkness that she's getting into this sound is almost confusing me at times, because usually by the time you're creating the kind of darkness that she's creating, I feel like you'd be a fair bit lower, but maybe she's actually a soprano and this is like sort of where the bottom of where her range starts to require that darkness, or it could be an effect, like a stylistic effect where she just wants it to be that dark. Regardless, they've got this doubling thing happening, and this is a great way of adding fullness without necessarily adding volume. Sometimes doubling the same melody line but have it in the same octave, it can make it louder, and quite frankly, it doesn't really add a whole lot more to the texture. It just adds the same timbre, it adds the same line. Now, this is not the same as if you have someone who's doing a harmony, but it's close to the main melody line within the same octave. And then there are other things you could do on the production side, like you could like change, don't make it exactly at the same time. You can like just pull them out slightly and it'll start to sound like a choir or multiple voices instead of just being one. But anyway, in this case, they have this doubling effect, and it sounds really nice because we have a little bit more fullness to what our ear might expect from the vocals texture or timbre-wise, sorry, and it gives us this spectrum that is pleasant to listen to without necessarily dominating these dynamics into our ear holes. So I like this choice. I think it's good, and I think the arrangement kind of needs it because they've gone high energy into this chorus, and if you want to keep feeling like it's going somewhere, something building, musicality and arrangement choices like this are really good options for that. So it's awesome to hear that they're using things like that because they only have one vocalist and they have a guitar, a bass, and a drummer. And thus far, I don't think I've heard them use any other lines that are kind of being fed in. It really does sound like the bulk of the arrangement is coming from what's being played by them. Until we hit this octave below doubled line on the voice is the first time that I've noticed it. I mean, it could have happened, I just didn't notice it, but this is the first time I've noticed it, and it's a separate line that they're feeding on into the mix. So let's just keep going. Nice. Okay. Oh God, I want to comment on the little compression that she's using. We're getting a distorted quality that's coming in on some of her onsets. It's not a persistent distortion. You can still very much hear the clean vocal approach that she's using in this chorus. Wow, look at the size of that mouth opening. I mean, she's got this square shape going, which, I mean, for her kind of belting, where is she going up to? Da 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 da. Holy moly, she's gone up to a D5. Damn, girl. And that's at the end of a belt and maintaining energy from start to finish. Ooh, nice. I mean, sometimes it is easier to get those higher belts when you have notes that kind of step you up there as opposed to having to hit it bang on in the middle, just right up there. But still, you got to have the breath management. You also have to have the technique management not to overlock, like I mentioned earlier. So that's kind of amazing. I am living for her vocal approach and the drums in the pre-chorus. I'm really enjoying it. Let's go back and find that pre-chorus because I'm pretty certain that's where she starts to get more constriction, a little bit more distortion in her sound. Yeah, you can hear it on that "Let Me." We've got some distortion coming in on there from her compression. Found it, yay. and then her approach there. There are some times though where I'm not 100% sure if the distortion is fully from her or the fact that her lower vocal tends to use a little bit more, I want to say a Fry approach, but I should probably listen to it more just to be certain. So we're going to finish this off now. Let's go. That was cool. It was like they flipped which was the dominant layer. So that time, you definitely heard that lower layer that's down the octave. Yeah, no, I take it back. It's definitely not a Fry sound, but there is something to her timbre. It's not quite husk. It's not quite Fry, but there's something to her tonal quality that has a little bit of crunch to it. I like it because it's different. And I do think it combines well with her super clean, powerful belting. Like, my God, she's having a release from that compression, the same compression that she has to use to create those like distorted moments or where it feels like she's getting more intense and you get this internal compression to give you that sound. She's got to make sure that doesn't go too far because then it's going to screw up the belt in the chorus, and that's not what happens. So she is managing that like a beast. Anyway, back to here. It's the top layer that's now been pulled into the background. So I think this is cool. They're definitely switching it up, and it means they can sort of almost recycle the same melodic ideas without it starting to sound too repetitive. I think I'll make a couple more comments on like arrangement as I get to the end, but yeah, so far this is pretty killer. It's definitely something that you can like get into. Cool. Oh, they're cool. Well, that was certainly really cool. And they have all of the elements that make a pretty darn catchy song. I have a feeling that this is something that if you listen to it too many times in a row, it will just stay in your head forever. Like, I mean, you know how there are some songs where you kind of have to warm into them? My first instinct when I heard the chorus was, this is really cool, really catchy. Then the instrumentation didn't quite do much else. So I was really leaning on how she built her vocal intensity. The drums kind of like kept the energy there for me, and what she chose to do vocally is what kept that there for me. And the fact that her attention was so clear, like it makes it a great chorus. It makes it a great pre-chorus. I think they're a new group or have only just recently started blowing up. I don't know. I tend to get people requesting when things are like starting to build. That's when people tend to request things. But you let me know, how long have these girls been at it? Because I mean, for what they're doing, they're super solid, and I could definitely see so many people just loving the heck out of this song. But arrangement-wise, part of me wants that bridge to like draw things back, get really heavy in the bass, have us build through dynamics and layers and like some different musical ideas, maybe like a repetitive ostinato that's able to just build and have us feed. So when those drums kick back in, you're just like, yes, 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 here we go, which is the feeling that I got in their pre-chorus. And it came around again, which was really, really pleasant. But yeah, there we maybe have it in my brain. I mean, it is probably possible because I've just come off listening to Ginger and Spirit Box and Queensryche and hearing all of their delicious layers and composition ideas and how they mess with time so that there's this constant pull of tension and release, just crazy. But no, this was great. I enjoyed this. Like truly, I truly enjoyed this. I thought that pre-chorus, her compression, the drum lead in, like that was so enjoyable. I was like ready. Chorus, the melody is going to be catchy and in my brain. I just know it. Anyway, final things on the voice component. So our lead vocalist, she stayed in first register the entire time, but oh my goodness, does she have a beast of a heavy mix in her belt, able to get up to that D5, make it clean and impactful, like stylistically appropriate. I loved how she followed through on the lyrical intention, matched with the style requirements of the kind of music that they're playing. Our lead vocalist has this great first register timbre when she is lower down in her voice that has this darkness and almost like a little bit of crunch, a little bit of something extra to it that makes it really pleasant to listen to. And I mean, if you were to contrast it to what she's doing higher up, you can't hear the same timbre there, but you can definitely link it through when she starts to go to those distorted moments. Anyways, this was highly enjoyable. I liked this. Thank you so much for suggesting it. I finally got to the warning. You guys are right. I probably should have reacted to them earlier than this, but here we are. That was great. Anyways, that is it for me today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to give it a like, click the subscribe button and the bell notification beside it for more just like this one. As usual, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you are staying healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye. I didn't fill my water bottle. Idiot.